So, welcome to Salesforce Mars Colony. This is a multi-video series where we are creating a project that models a Mars colony. This is spurred by a large interest personally in the new space exploration efforts and space commercialization that are really being pushed by people like Richard Branson, Elon Musk, and Jeff Bezos, and many more smaller companies. So hope we learn a lot, and we're going to learn some functionality and get hands-on. And so now we'll jump into our org. So welcome back to the Mars Colony, our Salesforce org, and today we're going to be creating processes. I know we created some in the last video, and today we're going to create more. So when I open up the process builder, you'll see the processes that we've already created, and so here we have the battery fully charged. These were all notifications basically. All of these processes that we did last time are just creating a notification into Chatter. So today I'm going to create notifications, more of them, or more processes, but these are going to be to change fields and update items based on when items are updated. So quickly, just to explain this a little more clearly if needed, I'm going to show on the whiteboard exactly how this logic works here. Okay, so I know that we used the process builder in the last video, but I want to give a visual to what exactly is happening. So in this video, I'm going to be putting together the ways that we can use process builder to see what's happening on the fields. So for instance, I want to be able to place a rocket or a spaceship into repair, and then have the processes know what that means and what to do. A pick list that is active and needs repair. So we have these two options here, right? And then if I select this pick list option, then I want the process builder to know when I press save, it will know the record was edited, and it's going to run a process based off of this selection. So then it can run a string of if then. So if needs repair, then it's going to do something. So I'm going to apply this logic, which is simple logic, but you can make it as complex as you want using formulas and criteria. And I'm going to apply this to 4 of our objects, just as an example in this video. So again, not super complex. You can make it as complex as you want, but let's go ahead and jump into the org and take a look at it. Now we can jump right in and start creating some new processes. So I'm going to create a process to get the battery charged. So we'll call it charge battery. So this process will start when the record changes. And so I'm going to add object, and we're going to use the battery. So it's saying we already have one other record changing process. That's good to know, but this one won't conflict with that one. That one's for fully charged. And I'm going to say when a record is created or edited because I'm interested in edited. And then add criteria. This will say battery has died. That's the criteria that we're looking at. So conditions are met is just what we want to get to. Or we can use a formula and say when the battery percentage equals 0. So let's do it as a formula just because we haven't used that in a little while. Let's say battery percentage, and we can say equals 0. So when this formula evaluates to true, then we're gonna make something happen. And then we're going to update records, and we'll say charge battery. So we're going to use the same battery record to update. And so what's going to happen here now is no criteria needed now, just update the records. And so we're going to say battery percentage, and we're going to have it as 100, meaning fully charged. So this one is just going to be an automatic. When the battery hits 0, it's automatically going to go to 100. And so this would just be a simple update. When the battery goes to 0%, then change the battery percentage to 100%. That would kick off the notification that the battery is fully charged, the one that we set up in the last process. So I can go ahead and save that and activate it. So I want to create a new one now, and this one's going to be for when food runs out. When food runs out, it's going to send off a notification saying order new food. And so we'll have this kicked off by a record changing. So I'm going to use the object food storage. This is showing the food expiring that we have already. And so for here, we use the formula in the last, and this one we'll just do conditions are met, and we'll say order food. And so when would we want to order food? So we'll say the quantity equals 0, equals number 0. So when that happens, that's going to kick it off. And what we want to happen, food name has ran out. Please order more. Then save. So this one's just saying when the food reaches 0, it'll take that kind of food, and then it's going to send a private chatter to one person. So right now all of our chatter notifications are to a group, but this one will be just to a single person, telling that person to do something. So I can activate that. Now I'm going back into Process Builder, and we'll do one that deals with working from the pick list values. So I'm going to say when a rocket is in repair, a spaceship is in repair, we're going to notify myself. Starts when a record changes. And so you see we're just layering onto the chain of communication. We have the public group chatter feed, and then we have now individual messages in a separate layer depending on who's in charge of each module. So it's like a chain of command, and then a group forum for other items. So I'm adding the object spaceport, and I want to start the process when a record is edited. And add the criteria here. And so we'll say when conditions are met, find the field rocket status equals pick list, and we'll say in repair. So whenever a record is edited and this ends up being true, then we're going to kick off the action here. We're going to post to chatter, but we're going to send it to just one person. We'll send it to myself. And we'll say the rocket merge field. I'll get the rocket name, or spaceship's name. So the rocket spaceship, gets used interchangeably, has been placed in repair. And save and activate. And we'll do the same one for when a rover is placed in repair. So I'm back in the Process Builder. Starts when a record changes. Mars rover, when edited. I'm going to add a criteria. And so we're using the pick list last time. We could also use a formula and just type in a string in equals in repair. So we'll say the status equals in repair. Go and save that. Add actions, post to chatter, action name, rover in repair, user, search for a user, and let's send that to Bob, Texas. He's the one dealing with the rovers, right? And we'll say rover, and then I'm going to get the name from the merge field. Mars rover name has been placed in repair. So now he could be aware of that. I'm going to go ahead and activate. So to test these, I'm going to go into our Mars Colony app. All right, and I want to go to the spaceport, and let's see, we have this rocket that's already in repair. So let's just make an edit to it, which is all that's needed to kick off the process. So I'm going to rename it Rocket 89, and it's in repair. So when I save this, go to the Colony newsfeed, you'll see it was sent to just me, not the Mars Colony newsfeed, but it told just to me, Rocket Tester 89 has been placed in repair. So that's pretty cool. I will also test the Mars rover. Let's see, this one's in repair. I'm gonna place this one in repair using the inline editing, and in repair and save. And now if I go back to the news feed, you'll see a message that went to Bob, Texas, saying the rover Yamaha has been placed in repair. So this is just showing how you can get a little more strategic with using processes and chatter, and you can really kick off a whole series and layers of communication using a process builder, and it can really end up coming in handy. So that's all for this video, and I'll see you in the next.